Okay, here we are. Comfortable seat on the mat. You can sit cross-legged or back on the heels. And as you come to sit tall, close your eyes. Take a breath in and a breath out. Again, welcome to Yoga Hour. Today is sequence 3. We'll play with this similar sequence throughout the month. Kicking off 2022 in the BU Hub with Witness Yourself. How are you breathing? How much is conscious? How much is simply happening? Start very gentle. Chin down to the chest and rock the head from side to side. Keep right ear over towards the right shoulder. Walk the left fingertips out to the side. Take the right hand on top of the left ear and give it a little bit of a tug out to the side. No pressure down here. Always looking for that lengthening first stretch. Walk the hands back to the thighs, chin to chest, left ear over to left shoulder. Walk the right fingertips out. Take the left hand on top of the right ear. Give it that tug out to the side. And then hands come back to the thighs, chin down to the chest. Gently lift the head, let your eyes come back open. Come on over to all fours. Place the hands under the shoulders and the knees right underneath the line of the hips and do cat and cow. Let the spine rock back and forth here. Take in breath. Awareness of how the breath affects the movement of the body. One more time through cat and cow. And then find neutral spine. And as you do so, turn your hands around. Fingers face to the outside or all the way around to face towards your knees. Bring the knees in towards each other now. And round the back again in cat pose. Look down towards the fingers or all the way back towards your knees. And then come back to neutral spine, keeping your hands there. Lift the right leg up and back. Flex the foot, point the toes down to the floor. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then set the right leg down and do the same on the second side. Now, if this is too much on the hands, turn them around and lift the left leg. Lower the left leg down, rotate the hands back around, downward facing dog, tuck the toes, lift your hips. Here in down dog, pedal it out. Shake the head a little bit, side to side. Inhale, come forward to plank. Witness, take hold of your strength and steadiness. Keep it with you as you lower down, hover, chaturanga, and then flat to the belly. Reach your hands back, palms up to the sky. Lift everything that you can. High. Lower down, stretch the arms out in front of you. Ready, inhale, lift up. Superhero. Lower down, hands behind your head. Third belly down, back bend. Go for it. Right in this series. Lift up. Lower down. Child's pose. Press all the way back. Hips to the heels. Lift your torso upright. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms. Push through thumb and first finger. This often jets my chest way out and gets that big rock in the belly. Try to pull in so you feel more in a long spine, a little less curvature. And then release the hands and come back to downward facing dog. Now you're always welcome to pull out blocks and use them throughout the practice. Today, I'll also encourage you to make sure that you're changing the poses, witnessing how you can make little differences in the shapes so that your body itself becomes the prop that helps you gain access. Step your right foot forward into a low lunge. And by that I mean sometimes the extra access is hands to the inside of the foot gives more space rather than hands on either side. Staying lifted right on the fingertips is easier than palms flat down. That sort of thing. We're finding those little witness points. What can I do within still finding access? Add the twist, right hand up. Lower the right hand down. Now walk both hands up to the front thigh. Still hinge way forward. And twist again. Palms together. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Press the palms together. Try to point the right elbow straight up to the sky. Release, set the fingers down to the ground, step back, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths. Go to the second side, step the left foot forward, find the lunge, the space, work it out through the legs. A little movement always helps me. And then you settle in and add the twist. Left arm high, right fingertips still on the ground. Lower the left hand, walk the hands up to the front thigh. Again, keep tilting hips back, torso forward, and add the deeper twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, palms together, left elbow to the sky. On an inhale, untwist, set the hands down, walk back, downward facing dog. Now look forward to your hands. I want you to step, jump, or walk to the front of the mat. Go. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand up, reach your arms to the sky. Reach high, high, high. Good, lean towards your right side, push your hips to the left, standing crescent. Inhale, come back to your center and switch directions. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the arms up without using the help of your hands. Place your right foot into tree pose. Don't judge here, just witness. Where does it land? Where is best for you? Is it calf versus thigh? Still hands up, no help. Lower the leg and go to the second side. So you're finding a different centering, a different balance, probably a different way of accessing this pose. What works? Lower the leg, exhale, forward fold, touch fingertips to the ground. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Lower to the mat. Cobra. Nice, lift and open through the chest. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Bend the knees enough to walk your hands backwards to your feet. So now we're at the back end of the yoga mat. Take hands to your hips, trying to make the elbows squeeze and touch behind your back. Okay, yogis, keep that and lift the torso so you go to Utkatasana with hands at the waist, elbows trying to squeeze in. Tone the abdomen, pull navel back towards the spine. Breath. Do you want to stay there or interlace the hands behind your back and send your head down towards your knees, hands up towards the sky? My goodness, that's tight. How's it working for you? Don't judge it, just witness. Release, stand up, arms to the sky. Take your right hand, hold on to the left upper arm bone, and again, up and over. Lean your head back into the forearm. I find this one a little bit more doable because it's got more points to connect with. And then come to center and switch sides. Up and over. As you come back to center, exhale, forward fold. Back to downward facing dog. Now walk it out. From down dog, lift your right leg up into the air, three-legged dog. Glide it all the way forward into your low lunge. What we've already done, lift the right hand high into the twist. On the exhale, lower the hand down, bring it up to the thighs. Go into that elbow across the thigh, twist a little more. As you untwist, breathe right there, belly right against your thigh. Switch the weight into the front leg. Can you get so much weight into the right leg that you can lift the left leg off of the mat? Warrior 3, send the arms forward. Make the right leg as straight as it'll go, keeping the hips square. You've got this. All the way back down to your low lunge. Take a breath in. How's it going? Exhale. Warrior 2, spin the back heel down. Cartwheel the arms, lift the torso, shoulders right on top of the hips. Gaze out over the front fingertips. Flip the palms, lift the right hand high, little back bend. Side angle, elbow to knee, reach the left arm palm down overhead. Take a look back down at your right foot, frame it. Come into the low lunge, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Stand, reach the arms up to the sky. Stay right here. One more time with the crescent lean. Lean towards the right. As you do that, right toes tap to the side and lift. Lower the leg, come back to the middle. Try it on the second side, lean. Push most of the weight into the outside leg, inside leg, toes tap. Stay there or try a lift. If it throws you off balance, it's kind of part of the purpose. You're witnessing a challenge. Come back in. Exhale, forward fold. Downward facing dog, step it all the way back. Left leg high, three-legged dog. Lift, lift, lift. Step through to your low lunge. Lift the left hand. Take a breath. Lower the hand, walk the hands to the front thigh. Add the deeper twist, right elbow to the outside of the thigh, palms together. Keep toning, turning through the abdomen to bring the hands closer to the center of the chest and make the top elbow point towards the sky. And untwist. Lean the weight into the left foot, forward. Still square off the hips. That's a lot of work in that outer hip. Lift the right leg up, up, up. A little more. Hands out in front, warrior 3. Can that left leg go straighter? Oy, oy, oy. And then you find your low lunge. Take notice. Give it a breath. Moving on to warrior 2, spin the back heel down, lift your torso upright. Shoulders over hips, gaze out over the front fingertips. Flip the palms, take the left hand high, lean a little back. Where's your support? Nicely done. Elbow to knee, top arm, palm down overhead. Extended side angle. Look down at the floor, cartwheel the hands back around the front foot. Step back this time to plank. Lower flat to the mat. Cobra or up dog. Up dog is that full lift. Just the hands in front of the feet on the mat. Everyone downward facing dog. Breathe here, steady here. And now walk your hands backwards, bend the knees a lot. Take that slow, low walk back. Stay at the back end of your mat, ragdoll pose. Hold onto your elbows. Sway a bit from side to side. Be heavy, let the breath out. Nice breath through the exhale. Good, good, good. Slowly roll it up to standing. Shoulders up and back a couple of times. And roll the shoulders forward and down. Good. For a moment here, I want you to take up a little bit more space on the mat. Feet to the very edges of the mat. Hands, palms open. Not hanging to the side, but a little lifted. Puff the chest. And changing how you stand. What signals does it send to how you feel? And then turn the toes out slightly and come to your yogi squat, malasana. Drop your seat low. Keep the feet flat on the ground here. A little yogi trick without having to get out a whole bunch of props is just roll up the back end of your mat so your heels can be a little bit taller. And that helps me a lot gain just that little extra bit of access. From here, we're going to sweep the right arm to the inside of the thigh, but it's as if we're trying to pin the right leg back a little bit. And then shine left arm up to the sky, look up. Bring palms together back to the center. Take a breath there. and then go to the second side. Swing the left arm to the inside low. So you're trying to pin that thigh back. Now, if you need a little bit more space, again, you're finding your own props with the body. It might be lean behind you instead of in front. And that's going to give me a lot more access and bring about a good feeling on that side for me. Palms together. Go back to your center. Take in the breath. And then crawl it forward to all fours. Once you find all fours, like we did in the beginning, lift your right leg up and back. This time, a little more balance and control, left arm out in front. So just a bird dog hold here. We're not trying to add anything fancy. We're not moving with it. We're finding a little bit of a static hold to really witness and see how it's coming in. And release, left hand down, right leg down. Second side, as you're ready. Left leg up and back, right arm out in front. Try looking towards the top edge of your mat. A little more challenge, look towards the right fingertips. And then place the hand and foot down, downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward into the low lunge. Step the left foot just a little bit closer in. We're going to pyramid pose here. So make your legs like a pyramid, a triangular shape. Spin the back heel down. I've got my back toes turned in about 70 degrees. So the back big toe faces towards the front corner of the mat. Front big toe straight ahead to that top short edge of the mat. Make your legs as straight as they'll go, and that might mean walking your hands up a little or a lot. And then we're adding in everybody's favorite, revolve triangle pose. I say that with a laugh. Left arm forward. If it is your favorite, I want you to tell me when this class is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you for having that in there. Left hand down to the floor, right hand up to the sky. How to use your own body to change here. Is it hands higher to keep the legs straighter? Is it allowing some bend in the right knee? Find the pose that works and breathe with it. Guide yourself out of revolve triangle pose back to downward facing dog. How do you need to move to get yourself there? Find dog pose and let's hold it together. Little flow in between. Add this or don't. Come forward to plank. Chaturanga Dandasanas that hover. And into Cobra, Bhujangasana, or upward facing dog. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Second side, step the left foot forward into your lunge. Pause. Pyramid pose. It's a slightly shorter stance. The thing that I notice, that I witness the most in folks, is shortening this one out too much, and then it's really hard to get your hands to stay down on the ground. Keep a little bit of a longer stance to make it easier to reach the hands down and see where that evolves to you. Take the right hand straight out here. And as the right hand goes down, you get to pick big toe, pinky toe side of the foot, left arm up to the sky. If this revolve gets a little twingy and a shoulder, just keep the hand At the waist instead, do the work with the torso. And again, slowly make your way out to downward facing dog. And pedal the feet. Inhale, come forward to plank pose. Lower flat down to the mat. Cobra or upward facing dog. And into downward facing dog. Look to your hands. Let's all try a jump here. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Jump to the front. Half lift. Forward fold. Stand, reach the arms to the sky. Eagle arms. Wrap your right arm under the left. Come back, hold shoulders. Back or front of palms. Progressively harder in those. Bend the knees like Utkatasana and wrap your right leg on top of the left. That higher wrap gets a little more access to the leg. Squeeze the right outer foot to the calf or behind it towards the Achilles heel. Ooh, I'm falling over. Unwrap the legs, stand up, unwrap the arms, swing them high. Second side, swing left arm under. Again, hold shoulders. Nice and gentle with the self, or go a little bit more. Bend the knees, sit into the thighs. Instead of having the elbows close to the knees, see how far away they can be from one another. And in that upright position, wrap the left leg on top. We're trying to cross to the upper inner thighs rather than more at the knees. And again, that's what giving you room and access to the left foot against the outer calf or toes down towards the Achilles heel. Unwrap the leg, unwrap the arms. From the top of the mat, this time keep the left foot forward first and step your right foot back. Here in a nice tall, high lunge. Lower the back knee down. Keep reaching the hands as high as you can towards the sky, but let the hips rest a little down and forward. Yogis, look straight ahead or look up and take the arms, shoulders up and back as you look up. Anjaneyasana. Collapse the chest down onto the front thigh. Walk both hands to the inside. Get that space. Heel toe the left foot out to the side. Make your left toes, knees turn out a little bit like we did in Malasana, yogi squat, a little bit earlier. So imagine that front leg staying like your yogi squat. Now, add a piece of the puzzle for twisted monkey, back heel towards your hip. Left arm, rainbows up and around to catch hold of the foot. Have a little bend in this front elbow. Notice what it can do for that front shoulder. It gives me more access. I can get the front shoulder out of the way for an easier turn and look to the back foot. Stay with it. You've got it. Slow revolution out of this. Come back to your low lunge, back knee off of the ground. We've done this before. Back heel down, warrior two. Come all the way upright. Repeating this series, flip the palms, lift the left arm high. Left elbow to the knee. Take right arm, palm down overhead. Big reach. Yeah, looking great there, friends. Take it for one more breath. Lower the hands either side of the front foot. Step back, plank pose. Lay it down or hover. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. All right, last time I asked you to jump forward. Do you remember how that felt? Do you want to do it again? Do you want something a little bit different? So you use that first round to witness. And even within the same practice, it can change, it can alter. Ready? Is it a jump, a step, or a walk here? Go for it. Look forward. Come forward. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold. Stand, reach your arms to the sky. Palms together, center the chest. We haven't even done the second side, and yet I feel accomplished, yeah? Y'all getting that? Second side, lift both arms up. Keep the right foot forward now. Step the left foot back into your high lunge. Da, 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 da. I've got this. Left knee down to the mat. And then open up to what is. Take a little more back bend or don't. One thing I've really embraced about the home practice, about connecting virtually in this way is it's not the energy of those around you on the mat right next to you. It's you. You get to choose. Yes, we're doing this together in a way, but also all on our own. The combination, the fluttering back and forth just fills me up. Hope it does for you. Lower the hands on either side of the front foot. You're just get me out of this back bend, Betsy. Hands to the inside, heel toe your front foot over to the side. And again, that front leg, we want to make it like malasana. So for me, I shift and open the toes a little bit. Some might go a little bit more. How do you get access into your front hip? That's what you're looking for first. Set it. It's going to stay with you. Left heel towards the butt. Reach the right hand out and rainbow it up and around. Hold on to the back foot. And you can flip, which works better in your shoulder. You check it out, you witness, take it in. And release. Find low lunge, pick up the back knee. And then spin the back heel down. Warrior two, lift up. Shoulders over the hips, extend the arms out in either direction. Yes. Flip the palms, lift the right hand high. Elbow to knee, top arm, palm down overhead. Big reach. Take the hands to the ground. Step back to plank. Can we all just flop down this time? Oh, that release is so important. It doesn't have to be so controlled every time. And then lift into your cobra and let it be a little squirmy, wormy. Not as held. Push back to child's pose. Good, exhale out through the mouth. Let it be. From there, I want you to flip around to sit on your bum. Soles of the feet to the mat. Take your feet, again, as wide as the mat. These pauses where we're just trying to take up a little bit more space for ourselves. Lean the hands back. And then windshield wiper the legs. side to side. Throughout this month, we'll have plenty of active practice as always, but in the Wednesday classes in particular, they'll incorporate one yen posture, so at some point I'm asking you to slow down a little bit. We'll make sure even here in yoga hour like this, just a little bit of extra release. Something much more doable rather than difficult. Hold on to the front of your shins now and just lift the torso. Good. And then you get to lie down onto your back for bridge pose. So shift yourself to lie down. Once we get here, soles of the feet, still about outer hip distance apart. Reach your hands, try to brush close to the heels. And press down through your feet, shoulders, head, lift your hips. Would you like to just grab the edges of your yoga mat here? It feels secure to me, not overdoing it. Another option is bend at those elbows and create a little bit more strength and press through the upper arm bones. Another option still, if it feels okay in the shoulders, interlace the hands underneath you and roll the shoulders in. I just witnessed for myself when I did this at the very beginning of class. With the clasp of the hands, it just didn't feel great. I've moved for half an hour in all the different ways, accessed. And now this feels good. What are you finding? Release the hands wherever you might be and lower the hips down. Hug your knees into your chest. We did eagle pose standing up. We're going to do it here as well. Wrap the right leg on top, right arm on bottom. Oh, so fun. Eagle pose crunches, elbows to knees and open. Do it 8 times. You can go at your own pace. In and out. We're not needing to flatten the low back to the mat. We always have a little natural curve in the low back. Fine to keep it, of course. After your 8th little mini shavasana, let it be. Okay. Second side, left leg over right, left arm under right, open. In and out 8 times. Remember, as we're using our own bodies to find the variations and the poses, maybe it's a hold rather than the pulse of the crunch for you here. Maybe it's just legs without arms, or vice versa. Find your way and then release. Let's rock up and back a couple of times. Get a little bit of a massage going on the spine. Can you rock slightly to the right and then slightly towards the left of the spine? Hoping you've got enough room here. If you rock slightly off the mat, no big deal. Watch out for cats and dogs. Okay, we've got the momentum. Y'all ready? Let's stand up. Up. Arms to the sky. Yeah. Exhale, forward fold. Downward facing dog, step it back. Look to your hands. Walk the knees forward like a little bear crawl. Bend the elbows and set your knees to touch your upper arm bones. Can you get that little crunch space in? As I've practiced Bakasana lately, I don't know, I just always visualize a mushroom in my head, and I want that big round mushroom top, really cat pose in the upper body as you bring the feet off of the ground. Bring one foot, both feet, hold for a second, 5 seconds. What's there for you? Can we shoot it back to plank pose? Shoot it back, step it back, roll it back, whatever happens. Plank and into cobra. Child's pose, press it back, knees wide, big toes together. From child's pose, tuck the toes underneath, keep the knees wide. Take the knees off of the ground, so you have to walk your hands back, and you're still really low here. Now, this is Bakasana as well, but from a low point rather than the high point. So here, our goal is not to get the feet off of the ground. Goal is for you to keep your torso low. My heels are off the ground here. Don't feel like you have to keep them down. And then shove the right elbow, and I say shove because there's some moving, there's some adjusting. Right elbow as much as we can underneath the right thigh. And then left elbow to do the same. So that my top ribs don't curl under, I gotta stay looking a little forward, try it. And then you stay right as you are, or you try to inch, this one's really hard, the weight off of your feet and just onto the hands, staying low, low, low. Now if you set your feet down, heels down into Malasana. Witness how returning here feels. And then crawl it back out to the big downward facing dog. Big meaning high lift, taking up the room to stretch through the whole body. Come forward to plank, lie flat down onto your belly. Friends, this is bow pose. Bend both knees, reach back. Hold on to one or both feet at the same time. Hold on to the air if you don't find your feet. That's that extra use of props without adding something in. The air, the space is the prop. You're in boat pose. Lift, lift, lift. Bow pose, excuse me. Lower, release, right cheek to the mat. That belly down Shavasana, just rest. I'm gonna watch you do. Second time around, bend both knees, reach back. If you're holding the top of your feet, can you hold all the way down to your ankles now? And then in bow pose, lift up again. Stretch your chest forward and your knees back. Yeah, look up a little more. And then release the whole bit. Left cheek to the mat. I see you, some of you are like, nah, I didn't need to do that thing. And that's good too. It's part of the witness. You check in. You do or you don't. As much as you want of these postures. Okay, friends, downward facing dog. I've got one more big ask for you. Yeah? How does that come across when I say it? How is it here translated in downward facing dog when you know you've got one more big pose? Excitement, trepidation, those are the pieces that we are witnessing this month, this practice. Okay, side plank, right hand outer edge of the right foot. Make it your own. Are you stacking the feet? Are you stepping a foot forward? Take the bottom knee down. Where is your best side plank here? Want to show yourself a little something extra? Hold on to the front big toe and lift to the sky. Go back, downward facing dog. Little mental pat on the back. Yeah, I did that. All right. One more side. I got this. Left hand, outer edge of the left foot. Where are you here? Options for tweaky shoulders. Go down on the forearms. Keep the bottom knee down. Find your way. Lift the top leg if you're playing extra challenge games. Yeah, yogis, downward facing dog. Walk your feet slowly forward to the front of the mat. Ragdoll pose. Have the feet nice and wide. Hang heavy. Let those sides out. Maybe your harder bits are not the big fancy poses. Maybe it's the allowing of the release. Check in. And then slowly roll up to standing. Tadasana. Find your mountain pose. Stable base through the feet. Enough mix of fire and calm in the belly, midsection to balance you. Enough release and letting go and shoulders, head and neck to make facing each new breath, moment, day not only doable but enjoyable in the hard and the easy of it. Nice slow sun salutation before we get low onto the mat for our closing moments. Lift the arms up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, half lift. Step back to plank. Everyone, knees, chest, chin. Little baby cobra. Child's pose, stay there. In child's pose, take your hands to fold back towards your feet. Let the shoulders round forward. Forehead to the mat. Stay there. As you're ready, change to a seated position. Butterfly, Baddha Konasana. Heels can be close to the center line or further out in front of you. Maybe a tiny little bit of bounce, not too much. Sort of rock side to side or circle through the torso. And then nose down towards your toes. Towards being the optimal word there, not to. Change to a straddle. I like to sit at the back end of the mat on the long side and bring my legs out so that the heels try to reach towards the front long corners. That's kind of the barrier that I use. And then we're just gonna fold down. Again, instead of grabbing props and blocks, we're using our own body. So that might be down on your forearms. It might be staying up on the hands. Great ways to keep the knees bent and still get a little bit of a lean forward if you're tighter in the hamstrings or low back. You always want to honor where we're finding ourselves. Lean over towards the right side. You can keep chest down here if you want to open up. And then gradually make your way on over to the other side. And back to your center. Bring the torso upright. Hold on to the outside of your thighs. I like to lean back so it's nice, gentle coming in. And then legs together, straight out. Staff pose, Dandasana. Make yourself like an L shape as much as possible. And this also might be a little bend in the knees to open up more space to stay upright. Stretch the west side of the body, the back side of the body, fold over. Paschimottanasana. And then stretch the east side of the body, the front side of the body. Get the hands behind you. Press down through the feet. Hands, lift the hips. Stretch the front of the feet, look up. One last little bit of strength always feels nice before we lie down. Come to lie down onto your back, knees into the chest. Friends, this is your time to add in any last bits of movement. Do you want to go back to something we did a little bit earlier? If you have an inversion in the practice, this is a good time to add it in. If you do a stretch that's two-sided, do both sides. And then for a moment after those last wiggles, last pose, place your hands over the belly. You could do this lying down or sitting up if you prefer. And honoring that this practice this month is focused on witnessing yourself. Be tactile, hands over your own body to really engage with breath. And then if you'd like to change for Shavasana, adjust now. From the body scan, in this pose of stillness, continue to allow the breath to connect in, to release, relax, let be. Slowly coming back, tension, awareness, breath, body, movement. Take your time to come to a seated position if not already. Set the hands down along the thighs or bring the palms together, greeting Anjali Mudra, gesture of intention. I'd love to close this morning's practice in Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. It means peace, peace, peace. Om, that greater universal, so peace to everything. You're welcome to sing along, to listen, to tune it out. Release the breath here. Deep breath in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I fold in great gratitude to you, each other, this practice. Okay, friends.